Hi, Oluwande, your hand is up. Welcome again. Welcome one time. Apologies for the little glitch. So I would like for us to drop in the chat box. I'd like to know where we are joining in from. Hello, I'm Isabella. I'd like to know where Oluwande is also joining in from. Oluwande's hand is up. Hello, Martin. So okay, Martin said he's joining from Botswana. Okay, it's nice to meet you, Martins. Hi, Oluwande. Okay, Gabella said, okay, Gabella is joining from South Africa. Okay, it's nice to meet you. Okay, let's see. Adigun, I would like to know where you're joining from. Hi, Namdi. I would like to also know where you're joining us from. Okay, one day is joining from Nigeria. It's nice to meet you one day. Okay, so Suli is joining from South Sudan. Nice to meet you, Suli. Yeah, I'm excited to have everyone on this call. Hi, Johnson. I'd like to know where you're joining in from. Where are you joining us from? Welcome again to Amdari. Yeah, I'm Isabella Martins, a data analytics specialist at Amdari, and I'm happy to have everyone on this call. I'm really excited to be spending the next couple of hours with everyone here. Okay, so I think I would like to get to still meet more. I'd like to get to meet Hafiz. Hafiz, I'd like to know where you're joining us from, Hafiz. Okay, just Finn, I've not met you yet, but I'd like to meet you. I'd like to know where you're joining in from. Oh, okay, Hafiz is joining from the UK. Okay, it's nice to have you here, Hafiz. Okay. Okay, let's see who we have here. Oh, okay. Josephine is joining us from UK. Hi, Josephine. It's nice to have you here and welcome. Welcome to Amdari. It's nice to have everyone on this call. Everyone joining from South Sudan, from South Africa. I'm really glad to have everyone on this call. And so, what are we here for today? What are we going to be talking about today? So, this is one of our tech career series where we talk about tech, right? And so, today we're going to be talking about automating data quality checks as a data professional. So I would like to know, are we in the data role? Like, let me see. Ude, where do you currently work? What do you currently work as? Hi, Martins. I'd like to know what you currently work as. Do you work as a data analytics? Are you a data analyst? Or Oluwande, are you a data engineer? Like, let's talk. I'd like to get to know us more. Okay, so Josephine, so are you a data analyst? Hafiz, like for myself, I'm a data analyst. So I think I'd like to know each and every one of us, like, what do you currently do? Martins, are you a data scientist? Are you a data analyst? Or you are a cybersecurity analyst? Or okay, Josephine said, okay, Josephine, tell me what's your tech stack as of now? Okay, so Josephine said she's not. So Josephine, do you mean you're not a data scientist, but you're a data analyst or a data engineer? Okay. Oluwande said he's not a data analyst. Okay, so do we have? Oh, okay. Josephine said yes, none of the above. Okay, so Josephine is none at this time. Okay. One day you're not a data analyst, are you a data scientist, a data engineer? Oh, nice. Martin said he's cybersecurity and infrastructure engineer. Okay, it's nice to have you here, Martins. It's nice to have you here. Okay. Mamodu Suli. Suli, where are you? What do you do? Are you a data analyst, a data scientist, a cybersecurity analyst? I would like to meet you, Suli. Okay, let's keep it going. Hi, Johnson. I know you're joining from Lagos, Nigeria. I would like to know what you currently do. Okay, Hafiz said he's a cybersecurity and GRC professional. Okay, it's nice to meet you, Hafiz. I can see we're having people joining. Okay, hello, Unko Kefox. I hope I pronounced your name right. How are you doing today? Nice to have you on this call. So I'm currently asking everyone what they do. Okay, Hafiz, how long have you been a GRC professional? Same as Martins. I think it's just Martins and Hafiz that currently, okay. Solly said, okay, Solly is a telecom engineer and looking to transition into data analytics. That's interesting. It's nice to have you here, Soli. Okay, you're looking to transition. Okay, so do you have anyone that is currently working, maybe as a data analyst at this time, or you're currently learning, or you're done learning, or you're probably learned for a while? Do you have anyone on the call? Or maybe as a GRC professional, you've been learning for a while also. I'd like to know how long you've been learning. Let's make this interactive, like me and you having this conversation, telling me about where you currently at right now. But I would like to get to know everyone. Hi, Samson. Hi, Sarah. It's nice to have you here. Hello, Ife. Thank you for joining in. And so we're getting to know what we currently do. So kindly drop what you currently do in the chat box. If you're a data engineer, let me have it. If you're a data scientist, I would like to know. And I would also like to know if you're still learning or you're currently working in the role or you've worked in the role or not. I think I would like to know all of that, right? So Suli said, okay, Suli is a telecom engineer and currently transitioning to data analytics. Okay, that's quite interesting. So now let's talk about what we have. Okay, if you're, oh, finally you have a data scientist. Hi, Ife. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to have you on this call. Okay, so, okay, nice. Marilyn said she's a data analysis student. Okay, Marilyn has been learning. Owoko Kefox is a supply chain operation. So I think I'll call him a supply chain analyst. That works, right? Okay, it's nice to have you here. Okay, thank you. It's nice to know that, oh, Marilyn is learning, meaning Marilyn has a knowledge already. So now let's talk about something that concerns all of us, right? Automating data quality checks as a data professional, because across every sector, you would always still use data, right? Data is something that we generate data every day of our life, every sector. It cuts across every sector. If you work in energy, supply chain, hospitality and tourism, data is something that you would always at every point in time work with. Hi, Kudus, welcome. So let's Amdari, right? You probably wondering behind Amdari, what do Amdari even mean? What do we do? Welcome again to Amdari. Hi, Tolulokwe. It's nice to have you here. So Amdari is an innovative platform designed to revolutionize how aspiring data professionals build their careers and gain practical experience. Our mission at Amdari is to bridge the gap between theoretical learning and real-world experience. And how do we do that? We do that by providing users with real-life end-to-end practical and hands-on projects in data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, security and operations center and threat intelligence, governance, risk and compliance, ethical hacking, and penetration testing. And so these projects not only enhance skills, but also help the users and me and you, right, to build a robust portfolio that showcases their expertise to potential employers. At Amdari, we have one vision, and our vision is to revolutionize the way people acquire industry knowledge and experience. Okay, hi, Johnson. Okay, Johnson, it's nice to have you here. Johnson said he studied transport technology and infrastructure, but he currently works as a teacher and he would like to secure a role and practice as a transport technologist. Oh, it's nice to have you. Hi, City Shakers. Welcome. It's nice to have you. I can see you. Yeah, I can see you actually. Okay, so let's look at what we'll be doing today. Like, what are we discussing today? So today we're going to be discussing data quality checks, right? Very important. Like I said, data cuts across every field. Oh, okay. Johnson said she's a woman. Okay, nice to have you here, Johnson. Apologies. Okay. That's quite interesting. Now, I love your career trajectory, like right now, Johnson. And I'm very sure that you use data even currently work as a transport technology, right? Yes, you use data. So now, let's talk about what we'll be discussing today. So we're going to be discussing about data quality check. We'll be talking about we're going to have one of our consultants at Amdari come present to us on data quality checks. So, and then we're going to be talking about what Amdari work experience is about, right? And then, yes, I'm going to be giving you our special offer to you. Hi, Godwin. It's nice to have you join us. Hi. So currently, we're introducing one another. I'm telling you, this is Isabella. I'm a data analyst. I would like to know you. What do you do? So you can drop it in the chat box. I'm going to say, okay, oh, this is what you do. I would like to know if you're still learning or you're done learning or you're currently looking for where to, apply what you've learned, right? And so, yes, this is Isabella. Get to know me. Isabella is a data analyst with experience in developing data-driven decisions. And I currently serve as a data analytics specialist at Amdari. I lead the data analytics team to help accelerate career development. And how do I do that? I provide us with hands-on data analytics experience through reward projects. Currently, I hold both the Microsoft certified Power BI analytics and Fabric engineer certification. And so this showcases my technical expertise and commitment to excellence in data analytics. I'm one to use data to save lives. So when I'm not crunching data about finance, obviously I'm crunching data about health because I'm passionate about child life and family life. So I'm about using data to also save lives. Yes, because like I said, data is everywhere, like everywhere. So first of all, I would like to ask us the question. Now, I know like we have diverse tech stack here. We have data analysts, we have data scientists, we have the SC analysts, we have cybersecurity analysts. But one thing that is common to all of us is data, right? And so I'd like to pose a question. What is important? Is it a clean data, like a clean data or fast analysis? Now, clean data means you took your time to ensure that, okay, this data is clean and it's good to go, right? Or you just get your data and then you're moving straight up to building your visuals without checking the quality of data. Like, so which would you go for? Would you rather have a clean data or a very fast analysis because you want to be done with it already? So I would like to hear opinions on that. Hi, one day, which one would you go for? Oh, so she said quality clean data. Okay, let's have one day. One day, which one would you go for? Hi, Hafiz. I would like to know which one you go for. What's more important, is it clean data or fast analysis? Okay, so Ifelua said data don't always come clean. Okay, I'm enjoying this. Okay, so one day I would like to hear from you. Okay, one day said clean data. Oh, so no one thinks the fast analysis can do the job, right? Okay, I would like to hear from you, Hafiz. What's your thoughts? I would like to hear from Adefemi. Adefemi, I can see you on this call. I'd like to hear from you. Gabella, which one would you go for? Would you rather have a clean data or a fast analysis? So would you rather take your time to clean your data or you just go straight up to your analysis? Oh, okay, so if I said data processing is part of our job, Sisi Shaker said fast analysis. I'm holding you, Sisi Shaker, and I'm coming back for you because how? Okay, I can see the worship on this call. The worship, like, let's talk, like, which is more important? Okay, I can see some of us are saying fast analysis. Time is money, bro. Like, are you for real right now? So how about you do the fast analysis and the clients come back to you and they're complaining that this data that you put together for us or this job that you did, there are discrepancies in this. It's not supposed to be this and that. So now, remember, you're having to do this job all over again. Okay, so let's after this session, right, we will know which one works. Either it's a clean data or fast analysis. I'll leave you to now make up your mind on that, right? So now you're probably wondering, what comes to your mind when you hear data quality? Oh, Hafiz, I see you. Hafiz said clean data. So what comes to your mind when you hear data quality? Like, what's the next thing that comes to your mind? Because for me, when I hear data quality, I hear accuracy, accurate data. I hear the data is complete. I hear consistency. I hear timeliness in the data. I hear validity. I hear uniqueness in the data. That's what I hear when I hear data quality. So what do you hear when you hear data quality, right? Accuracy, obviously, it has to be accurate. It has to be complete, consistent across, right? Timeliness, validity, and uniqueness. Very good. Sissy Shakers, now we're back on track. So Okay, so Hafiz said data with full intent. Like once it has all of these features, know that it's a data with full integrity. Yes, just it's a data with full integrity. So next, let's have this conversation now. In bad data, okay, since Cheka said timing is important, right? Timing is important. That's why at every point in time, whenever you're working on any project, you would always consider the time taken, right? But then you will not now spend so much time that you lose track of what needs to be done. Do you understand? And so now this now brings me to ask a question. If bad data leads to bad decisions, then why are we not asking, like, why are we not automating this, right? Like, why aren't we automating data quality checks already? Like, we know that messy data leads to messy analysis. That's what I call it. But then you know that the goal of being a data analyst or a data scientist or a cybersecurity analyst or a supply chain operator, yeah, as far as you use data, what is most important is for you to be able to use all of this data that you have gotten to what make a decision, right? Yes, because at the end of it all, you're collecting this data because you have maybe an hypothesis that you're trying to like conclude on. So without data, you can't even know which is which, right? And now we know that okay, we have this data that is being generated maybe every day, right? And when this data is generated, it doesn't come clean, and so we have to clean it. So since we know that we have this coming every day and we have to clean, why do we have to clean it when we can just simply automate the process? Are you with me? And we can just easily and simply automate the process. Amazing, right? So that you don't have to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. So data analysis is only as good as the data itself. If data quality is compromised, trust me, your insights are unreliable. So at every point in time, if data quality is compromised, what your data is as good as, your analysis is as good as, I would say useless, because I mean, your data has been compromised. It wasn't clean or it was messy and on and on and on. So that's where data quality check comes in place. And for you to know that you can actually automate your data quality check. Yes, you can automate your data transformation process so that for every time this data is generated, right, it just follows that flow that you've created or built already. You don't have to be the one to start transforming and cleaning data all over and over again, especially when it's the data that is being generated daily. It could be every 3 days, it could be weekly. So you don't have to now starting afresh doing the cleaning. But when you already have a system that has helped you automate all of this process, it makes your life easy. And so probably be wondering, let me even ask a question first. How much time do you actually spend fixing messy data? Okay, so for us that work with data already, like I would like to hear it. I'd like to hear it. How long? Okay, ETL. If I said ETL, okay, if I what's the full meaning of ETL? Is it on this call? So I would like to hear from Ife. Ife said ETL. Hi, City Shakers. I would like to know, have you had any time where you had to like deal with a lot of messy data? Like let's have this conversation. Okay, very good. So she said extract, transform, and load. Amazing. So ETL is extract, so you extract the data, like I said, the data is being generated, you extract it. And the next thing you do is you transform it, right? That's the next thing you do. You transform it. And transformation is where you do all of your quality checks, your cleaning of data. If you need to add new columns, if you need to remove certain columns, that's where you do it, right? And then you move to loading your data. That's the next thing, loading it. And so I would like us to like have this conversation. Like, is there anyone here that had to deal with like maybe a messy data over and over again? Like I know all of us here, we at every point in time we've actually used data, right? So do we have anyone here that have had experience dealing with maybe a data set that you've had to clean every week or do the same thing all over and over again? Because in my experience, data cleaning really do take time. I mean, you could be there for hours, hours upon hours. checking for clean data, ensuring that the data is clean. You're checking for nodes in the data. You're trying to ensure that, okay, it's consistent. You're trying to ensure that this data is complete and all of that. So do we have anyone here? Okay, if you do have experience, I'd like you to share with us. So if are you here? If you are here, okay, what's your experience like working with messy data? Do we have anyone? I think I'd like to hear from one or two persons. I'd like to hear your experience working with messy data. If you had the experience working with messy data, you could just drop. If you want to speak, you could just drop it here in the chat section. I have an experience working with messy data, so we can have you. Okay. Yes, if I please unmute. Yeah. Okay, you can't unmute. Okay, let me see. Let me do that from here, so you can speak. Okay, fair. Okay, if I would you type it in the chat box? Yeah, I would really love to hear like your experience. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me see. Ife's still here. I really wanted Ife to speak, but I can't unmute her at this time, and I do not know why. So let's just keep going then. But I'll come back to Ife's experience. So now, one thing I do know is we all face challenges manually checking our data. Like even myself, I face challenge. If I decide to manually do this, it takes my time, and we're going to see that very soon, right? We're going to see how you don't have to start checking all of this column by column to ensure that how we even know, right? Because on your own you can't even do the whole data profiling. What if you have a data that is as large as, let's say, like 20,000 to over 50,000 kind of rows, right? How do you want to now manually even check this data? Number one challenge that you have is, in fact, we all know anything that comes with manual work is time consuming and tedious. It's always going to be time consuming and tedious. And number two, it's prone to human error. So let's say I decide to just use my own. Okay, so now let me read what Ife has for us. Okay, so the first said, I work with data a lot, and data preprocessing is one of the most time consuming, like converting categorical data to numerical data and finding missing columns. And the Oluwa did not lie, because, like I would always say, the most work is in data cleaning, data transformation. That's the most work, because if your data is not appropriately clean, or if your data quality is not in check, trust me, you're not going to have the best result at the end of it, at the end of the analysis. So now this cuts across every tech space. That's what I would always say, because whether you are a cybersecurity analyst, supply chain operations, if you are a data analyst, you would always work with data. And so what is data without data quality check? How will you be sure that, okay, this my data is good to go? So now let's go back to what we're discussing about challenges with manual data quality check. And I'm like, is it even possible for you to really, really manually carry out the data quality check and be sure that, yes, this data is good to go? Is it really possible? Is it possible? Like, I would like to hear our opinions. Is it possible to manually like carry out a data quality check? So one day, is it possible to actually manually carry out the data quality check? Okay, let's see. I think some people are in the waiting room. Uh, So I just want to allow a few people. Okay, so let's keep on going. I think I've allowed a couple of people that were waiting. Okay, so Effect said we use different libraries and framework to carry out those tasks. So I would like to hear from Tosi. Tosi, like, let's say you have to do like a manual data quality check, like in your own experience, do you think it is possible? Wesley, I would like to hear from you now. This is just a general thing for every tech stack, right? You still handle data, you still do handle data. So Osasona, I would like to hear from you. Like, what do you think about a manual data quality check? Does it work? Okay, so Solid said for low volume data, he thinks it is possible. Like, Tosi, do you agree with him? Do you agree with him that for low quality data is actually possible? And then you're telling me that it will be completely correct. Like when you are done, you are sure that okay, oh, this data is is ready and good to go. Okay, so Tosi said it is possible but slower and prone to error. Like, now that is it actually. So it's actually prone to error, and it depends on the amount of data. Okay, so Chinemerem said yes for small data. Okay, so for small data works. Okay, City Shaker said I believe it is implausible. Even when it works, there's still a possibility. Okay, let me see this. That even when it works, there's still a possibility of the work you do. See, in my own opinion, right? Okay, when it's just small data, right, it works. But when it's for me, right, small data, okay, it's just very small amount or maybe a couple of rows or and then when it comes to large data, I promise you that you cannot. I promise you that but you can only try. You can try, but no, you because you will not know that there might be columns that are sitting there that are nulls. You might it's just like maybe as little as data entry errors. Let's take for example, we have a column and we have male and female, and then let's say some people decided to spell male as MLE instead of MALE. So now if you are deciding to use your own human way or your eye to begin to scout for okay, well, let me see whether it was wrongly spelled, like those are the kind of errors we're talking about. Do you understand? Like in your own way, there's no way that you'll be able to note all of those little mistakes, right? And so now that's why automating data quality checks can be very, very important. And that's why it should actually be implemented. So before I even delve into my own what I feel, what works actually. So aside from what I've put down together, right, I would also want to hear from us that in our own understanding, in our own way, what do you think works when it comes to automating data quality? Like, why do you think we should actually do this? I know that, okay, oh, everyone will say is accurate, is this, is that, but now let's talk in your own understanding, your own experience, right? Have you had any situation whereby you've had to, like, maybe even if it's just little automation of data transformation, maybe using Power Query or your Python and all of that? Like, I would like, is there anyone here that had experience, maybe automating maybe a data quality check using any data tool? Let's have it. I would like to hear from one day. Okay. So we have Suli on this call. Adefemi is on this call. I would like to hear from us. Okay, let me see what we have. No one is. I can't see the answers in the chat box, so I don't think anyone have had experience, right? using maybe any data automation tool. I don't know. Are we familiar with Power Automate? Okay, very good. Now, if I use these NumPy and Pandas, and NumPy and Pandas, like, yeah, you use Python. So yes, you can actually use Python. So which other tool? Now I'm throwing this question out here, right? Which other tool can we use to? Oh, amazing! Sully, you're a data analyst, though. I thought you said that you were not one because oh, nice. Sully said you can use Power Query. Oh, City Shaker said okay. City Shaker that use Power Query and R. I was asking that, do we have data analysts on this call? I was asking, do we have data scientists on this call? No one was speaking, but now I'm now seeing, we're not showing our skills, right? Amazing. So I can see that it's really nice to see that we have had the experience, right? So I have another question. Yes, one more question. So I have a question for Suli and for City Shakers. So City Shakers, so tell me, BigQuery is to what ecosystem? Like just drop it. So City Shakers, BigQuery is to what tool? So I'd like to what ecosystem? Like tell me, BigQuery. And then for Sully, I would like to know, okay, Power Query is for what is to what tool? Like what ecosystem? Like you have BigQuery, you have Power Query. So like quickly, let me hear that. Okay, Sully, your question is Power Query is to what ecosystem? Like what platform do we have Power Query embedded in it? And for City Shakers, I would like to know, you mentioned BigQuery. BigQuery is embedded into what ecosystem? Like, do you understand? Like BigQuery is to what product and Power Query is to what product? Sorry. Let's see if we really know. Oh, okay. City Shaker said Google Cloud. Okay, I'm really enjoying my time here with everyone. Okay, so Sully said yes, actually. So Power Query is so Power BI and Excel. So really, we are not totally learners on this call. So Sully, you're a data analyst, though. So quickly tell me, like, okay, how long have you been learning? Or are you currently working in that role? So City Shakers also. So you said you've used BigQuery. So yeah, a data analyst, a data scientist, a data, like when which of the roles like or was it when you were learning? Okay, so let's have this conversation fast. Okay, so 6 months and when I start learning. Okay, so Sully said so Sully has been learning for like 6 months. That's interesting. Okay, so City Shakers, when did you have to use like okay, so I just finished a certification from Google Analytics certification for 5 months. Congratulations that you finished. Yeah, I took that course when I took it and it was really amazing actually. So yes, so we're taking something today. Power Query is an ETL tool embedded in Power BI. And so it's also embedded in Excel. And so that is to the Microsoft ecosystem. Although that's what I was hoping to hear. Yes, when I said what ecosystem, that's the Microsoft ecosystem. And oh, wait until you meet Power Query because right now, City Shakers is telling me that okay, he really does love BigQuery. So now out of this, right? So now BigQuery, right? Oh, Redshift as well. I said that we have data analysts on this call, like literally. Okay, that's interesting. So now what makes out of context? So now what makes BigQuery and Power Query different? Like what is the languages, right? Languages. So I have a question I'm trying out here, right? So what language do we write in BigQuery? And what language do we write in Power Query? Interesting. Let's have it. Struggle. Okay, since you can struggle with R, you know R is an advanced programming languages, and so when it comes to learning, especially in the data analytics field, I will tell you to first of all pick up a spreadsheet tool, a database tool, and then you move on to advanced analytics, right? So that's R and Python are like advanced analytics. So I still have my question. What language do we write in Power Query? And what language do we write in BigQuery? Okay. SQL. You have to be concise. Eh? SQL for what? Is it for Power Query or is it for BigQuery? Okay, let's see. Okay, BigQuery SQL. Okay, yeah, amazing. So Power Queries, I'm giving to the hand. Okay, now let's go back into what we're actually here for. It was nice conversation with everyone. So it makes me understand that actually I don't have people that don't have a knowledge of what data is about. Actually, like I don't have. Okay, so Sunday said BigQuery is standard SQL. So we all know that Microsoft have their own SQL server. So so now I've been able to verify that. So Power Query writes M language. M language is the language for Power Query, and it's an ETL tool, right? And so big SQL is the language you write in BigQuery, and SQL is used to query databases, which we already know. So don't confuse. SQL is more like it's a language to query databases. Don't forget. And then for Power Query, nothing to do with the databases. Those ones are just your data in columns and rows and all of that. So now let me bring it back to where we are. So now why would you want to automate a data quality check? Number one, you're looking to ensure consistency and accuracy. You're looking to speed up decision making. You're looking to scale effortlessly with like a growing data. So now let me give you a case study or an example. So let's say we have a company that have their data running independently of one another. Now that's a problem, right? Now we have like 3 branches, and these 3 branches, data is being generated every day, and they are running independently of one another. Maybe some are in spreadsheets, some might be in handwritten log, some might be in databases. And then me as a business owner, I'm coming to meet you and I'm like, oh, I want to have my data in a unified system, right? I'm tired of having my data scattered. I want to have it in a unified system. And now that's where automation comes in place, right? That's where all of this ETL tool comes in place, because it gives you the capacity to house like fragmented data into one space, right? Most times you have your data in like you can have like one maybe a company. Let's say the company the branch in Lagos probably has like their data in like 5 tables from one branch. Then we have the one in United Kingdom, Hall. So we have the one in Hall, right? Hall, they are generating maybe like maybe 7 different data sets, and then maybe we have one in Beaumont. So the one in Beaumont, Texas, are probably generating like maybe 4 or 5. And then now we're having in Nigeria, we have a branch in Beaumont, we have a branch in Hall. And then I'm saying, no, I want to unify all of my data in one space. Now that's where automation and data quality comes, because yes, even though you have your branch in Beaumont, that's in Texas, you have your branch in Hull or Sunderland, wherever it is, right? And you have in Nigeria, it could be Lagos, it could be Abuja. You have the capacity to bring all of this data into one platform and run it all on the cloud. Yes, that's where automation comes in place. So you can build a structure using Power Query. I'm glad that we all have the experience using Power Query and BigQuery. So you can actually build a structure where you can actually transform all of this data. And you know how Power Query gives you that it gives you that leverage to record your steps step by step. Right. So that step by step that it's doing is literally automating all of your steps, so that for every time a new data is generated or that's or it's being refreshed, right? You don't have to start doing this process all over again. Just one time, it does the work for you. And that's so. So now let's see what we have. Okay, so we're going to be having a presentation from one of our consultants at Amdari. So he's going to be talking about how he automated data quality check in healthcare analytics to help address disparities in Gambia. So let me check if he's on this call. Okay, yeah. Okay, he's on this call. Hello, Ola. It's nice to have you here.
Hi, Isabella. Can you hear me?
Hi. Nice to have you here. So, okay, we're here now. Let's have Ola. Isabella has been talking so much, but I was really enjoying everyone, right? Like, I was enjoying the conversation. I enjoyed talking to everyone, like, literally. Thank Big City Shakers. It was nice to have. Okay, now let's give this to Ola. We'll come back because I don't want to, take out of Ola's time. So, Ola, you have the floor to walk us through. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. My name is Olamilekan, and I'm one of the data consultants with Amdari, and I would like to walk us through one of the projects I work with as Amdari data consultant in term. Let me share my screen. Yeah, Savila, can you see my screen? Please, can you confirm if you
Not
can see
yet.
my screen?
Still loading. I think it's still loading. Not yet.
Please confirm if the screen is up so that I can fly.
Yes, I can see your screen. So just go to slide show so it can be clearer. So we can see it. Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
so I think is on slide mode now. Yeah, thank you everyone. Like I said, I'm Olamide, one of the data consultants. I'll walk you through the process of automating data quality in one of the projects I work on. Yeah, this project is healthcare project, and we got our data from one of our clients, which is the HealthLink. They are specialists and they are provider of healthcare data. On this project, we got a data set from them, and we are asked to analyze the data set. And one thing about them is they provide healthcare data sets, and so that they can see people based on the analysis, they can see and sponsor them on video things they need to do based on the data set. I want us to move to what I'll be doing on this project. The data set we got from them is of different type. We got a data set that is of social factors. We got another one that is, let me quickly pull up the data set for you so that you can see how the data set look like. Yeah, can you confirm for me if you can see my screen? Don't mind because of my system. Can you also see the screen now? Hello, can you see my screen, please?
I don't know what's wrong with my book. I'm making your earpods. I'm sure. I don't know what's wrong with my book. My headset.
Yeah, can anyone just confirm for me if they can see my screen, please? All right, fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, these are the data sets we go from them, and the data set is, demographic data set, the geographic data set, and the social factor data set. One thing about this project is that, we got this data from them from Google Sheets, and we are asked to, you know, combine those data sets together because they have their data sets, in different sheets, and they want us to, put them together for them. And one thing about them is that they always do a manual, processing when entering their data, which make, which make their data all over everywhere. And the purpose of this project, we make use of our Power Query and the Google Sheet. Like I said, the data set was gotten from, from the Google Sheets. We later move it to the Power BI. And one of the things we did on the data set, is to ensure that we test the data qualities of the data that we got from them. Yeah, I want to believe like Isabella have been asking a lot of questions, and I'm very sure majority of people on this call they have little um, knowledge about what data is all about. And this is my Power Query from Power BI, and these are the data sets. Isabella mentioned about testing the data quality. If you can notice the data sets, this is the demographic data set. You also have the geographic data set and the health indicator data set. One of the things, before it's easy for people to go on to carry out, preparation of their dashboard, but there are some things that are very, very key when it comes to, cleaning our data as well. Those are the things we need to ensure that we check, the data qualities of the data we are working with. And this is after, putting our data from the Google Sheet to our Power BI, we come down to the Power Query to perform the cleaning. If you can see from here, we can see a lot of data inconsistencies in the data, and we need to deal with that. Those are the things we first did when we got the data. And one thing I did was just to check the data quality. From here, you can see that, there are a lot of empty data from all this. From the ID, you can see we have about 16%. And also from the age, we can see this data, is not good for analysis. And that was why we have to carry out the data check and also clean our data. And one thing about Power Query is every step that we carried out on the Power Query, the step is, you can see the apply steps here. And for instance, for this, you can see that this data quality is not good. And one thing I did was just to remove the empty column from the data set. And how did I go about that? Like I said, this is our Power Query, and I was able to remove, the error, remove the empty column. You can see now that our data set is now, is now clean for analysis. You can see the step here now. That after removing the the empty row, we can now see that there is another step that has been applied here at this end. That shows that the main reason why we are carrying out this process is that, like I said, they enter their data manually. But after carrying out this step will be a continuous step for them. So there won't be any need of them coming back to carry out this process, because after this process, we are able to merge all these data sets together to arrive at this SDOH data set before we now carry out our analysis. From there now, you can see that all the data sets have been merged together using Power Query. And we also test our, we test our data quality, which with this level, we are good for our analysis. And there's some custom column that we also created for this purpose of this for this project. For instance, this age group, for us to get a better understanding of the data set and to have good analysis, there are some custom column we're able to create based on the data set we have. And at the end of the day, we can now, continue with the process of our analysis. Initially, this is the data set. And after, carry out those processes, we're able to arrive at this before going ahead, to prepare our dashboard. And these are just a summary of our dashboard, where we have the patients count. The data set comprises of the demographic, but this is just a summary, you know, page of our data set. We have the 5,000 patient count. This show the amount of patients we have, and we're able to do the total admitted, which is about 63%. We also have total number of people admitted as well. I want us to quickly, because of time, I don't know if I'm too a little bit, I'm just trying to, meet up with the time. Yeah, let me quickly walk us through, some of the dashboard we did. This is the eight factor dashboard where we look into, different chronic diseases that affect them in that area, and we see that out of those chronic diseases that affect them in that area, we can see the malaria of high number, followed by other one like HIV, diabetes, and tuberculosis. And another thing here I want us to look at is, the HDI and the CVI. The HDI is talking about the health diseases index, where we want to look at the region that have high, chronic diseases. And based on what we can see here, we can see that, the carnific high, diseases index, and compared to the CVI, you can also see that the rural districts have high CVI by region. And after the whole process, the dashboard is not even as important on this like the process of cleaning and checking the data quality. But at the end of the whole thing, we're able to come up with different findings based on the dashboard and the analysis we created for them, and we're able to see that in health factors, the malaria have the highest number of chronic disease, which is about 1,510, followed by HIV. And as we're talking about the hospital admission, we can see that 63% of the patients that are admitted were adults, and they have about 2,112, and followed by the elderly people. And based on our key findings, we're able to come up with, with recommendation for them. And based on our recommendation, we're able to see that, they need to target people in the rural area, whereby they have to increase the healthcare infrastructure and resources in that rural district, as well improve the health, literacy and education in those areas as well. And as well, we also make a recommendation based on the ethnics and transport disparities by improving the infrastructure in that area. With area with poor access, they need to look for a way of finding lasting solution to those areas as well. And we also focus on the preventive care by increase the average number of preventive and care visits in those areas. Currently on our dashboard, we can see that the average preventive care is about 2.0%, so 2.01. So we make a recommendation that they may need to look for a way to put out awareness so that the average preventive care in that area, can increase, and they can only do that by awareness and campaign. I believe I was able to put through with this explanation. Thank you.
So thank you, Ola. So actually, Ola's work actually resonated with the example I gave of having my firm in Vermont, having it in Hall of Sunderland, and they have in Abuja, right? And then I have my data generated from across my companies, and they're running independently. And I'm like, no, I want my data in one space. So that's exactly what Ola just did. So we had 4 different data sets running independently, and so Ola was able to consolidate it in one space. Now, why do we consolidate? So that you can have a comprehensive overview of what's happening. For me, I would like maybe have a comprehensive overview of what's happening in all my branches. I want to know what's happening in Vermont. I want to know what's happening in Sutherland, like what's happening there. I want to know what's happening in Abuja all together. So yes, thank you, Ola. That was a really nice session. Thank you. You just it resonated with everything that we've been talking about. So thank you for putting that together. And so now let's keep this conversation going. Stay with me. Stay with me. I still have more for you. I still have more for everyone. So let me share my screen back. So now you probably be wondering, I know that some guys here are like, okay, what does Amdari do? Like, what does Amdari do? Like, what are we? Like, what do these guys do? Don't worry, I'm here to tell you. So welcome to Amdari. Welcome again to Amdari Work Experience Internship Program. And what we do is this. While rebranding your story, that's how I put it, right? So how are we doing that? So first of all, we offer project-based experience. That's what we do. So you've learned. You need to apply your skills to get experience. Right now, you're looking to gain experience and work as a data analyst or a data engineer or an SRC or a threat developer and all of that. Like I mentioned previously, I already mentioned all of the roles. So now we you have opportunity to get 10 real industry-based projects, right? And then with us, you're also going to be getting multiple industry experience. Now, when you talk about multiple industry experience, you're going to get experience working in health sector, supply chain sector, energy sector, customer analytics or banking sector. So now we're talking about a diverse experience. So remember I said Amdari, what we're doing is we're bridging the gap between theoretical knowledge and application, right? And so now you're here to apply all you've learned so far. So now let's move to multiple technology. So first of all, you've gotten this project, right? Industry-based projects from our partners, and now talk about multiple industry experience that cut across every field: hospitality and tourism, um, supply chain, healthcare, and all of that. And so with this, you now have the opportunity to still work with different tools, different technologies gives you different experience, right? Different experience. And so now, what does that give you? Increased confidence for your future roles. That's what it gives in return. And so you have the opportunity to work with cross-functional team in multiple role experience. By multiple role experience, I mean you get to maybe work as a team lead, maybe on this project. Another project is coming up. You might have to work as maybe a project scribe among your team on that project. So because we are big on team collaboration and teamwork and project collaboration, and also big on networking opportunities. Now, talking about putting yourself out there, right? How you build your connections, your ability to connect with every person in your department, right? Everyone in your cohort, outside of your cohort, in the team, together, connecting on LinkedIn. For those that maybe stay in the same region, maybe connecting through going for events, yes. And then with all of this, you also have access to employability skills, right? And so now we're talking about your CV being revamped, one-on-one CV revamp. You're going to get your LinkedIn optimized because, like I said, you have to put yourself out there. Your mentorship sessions, then you have a mentor attached to you. Like me, I'm a mentor and also a team lead here. So if you're going to be working with the data team, you would see me very often, and I would always be your DM, right? We're having our stand-ups together and interview preparation. So for when you get interviews, we're here to prep you for a mock session, right? I'm here to walk you through. And then job reference, yeah, for when you get that job, when they ask you, okay, we need a reference letter from Amdari that you claim that you were working with, we're here to support you with that. And on the job support, I'm your friend. So yes, at every point in time, when you connect with me on LinkedIn, even when you're working in that job, you can always reach back to me, okay, Isabella, this is what I'm facing. Can you help me out? Yes. But enough of that talking. Like we have Ola here. So Ola, I would like you to share your experience and tell us what it has been like working with Amdari and being with Amdari. Yeah. So let's hear from Ola because Ola is one of our consultants. I mean, he went from being an intern to being a consultant. And so let's hear from Ola. Ola, I would like to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, to be honest, before I joined Amdari, there's a lot of things I don't know. Like every other people on this call, we've watched several videos on YouTube, try to learn uh, the basic of data analysis, but at some point you get lost, when you face with, the real world problem scenario. Sometimes we throw off balance. But when I joined Amdai, a lot of things, that make me to understand. Part of it is our ability to work with different teams. For instance, in my own team, we have different people from, different part of the world, and we have projects that we have to do together as a group. You understand? And most of the interview, are opportunity to to have during the course of this training as well. Most of the things they will ask you, have you had the opportunity to work with a team? How do you handle, teamwork? How do you, approach team, to have a good result? To be honest, before joining Amdai, a lot of things I don't really know when it comes about team working with together with other team members as well. As I'm talking to you currently, we have another project we are doing that we have to work with BAs, work with the data science, work with uh team members as well. Those are the experience for me that I've got, and as well as working with different type of tools. For instance, there's one project we are meant to work with. We are not using the normal tools. Moving data from one place to another as well. Those are the experience I was able to to have as a result of coming to Amdai. To be honest, and I've not finished my program, and I will, now, several interviews that I know they have called, just because of the issue of, visa and stuff like that. But I have opportunity to, to build my experience coming to Amdari. And I want to urge, this is not advertising for Amdari, but I'm just talking from my own place of experience. It's something that, if you join, you will not regret. Thank you.
Thank you, Ola. So I just needed Ola to speak because he can relate. Because I've said all of these things, right? But I needed someone that worked in it and is currently living in it. That's his reality to make you better understand. So from a bad experience, yes, you many times you struggle with imposter syndrome, right? You struggle with, okay, I can do this, but I'm not confident enough. So that's where at Amdari you would actually come out of that comfort zone, trust me. So you've been applying for those job roles, but are you tailoring your CV right? Are you with me? So another thing that you want to look at is on our CV, we write time management, analytical thinking, ability to work alone, and on and on and on. But really, do you have those characteristics? Can you do all of that? So now that's where coming to Amdari to now exercise all of those skills come in place. Like, how can you resolve conflicts with your team member? You're working on a project and like you're five on the project and everybody's bringing their idea and you're the team lead, and then you know that okay, maybe these ideas are not really in line with the current project. How do you communicate to your team to say, okay, oh, your ideas are nice, but I think we should look at it this way? Like all of those things are actually what you come to do with Andari. So, like I said, it's a work-based experience that you're coming to gain. And alongside this, you're going to be getting community of people in your tech stack. So now, like Ola has, like I call them, Ola is my lifelong friend right now as data analyst, because on and on we work in teams, in group, and we just grow that relationship that even goes beyond just Amdari. Outside of Amdari, we don't know where we'll meet again. We can try to work on one or two projects. So that's what Amdari gives you. Amdari gives you a community that you can actually lean on, right? Yes. So now, what do we still have? So I already talked about what we do, right? And then let me explain how this program works. So we have our business challenges from our business partners. So we have our business partners. We have in the UK. So we have business partners in Canada. We have in Gambia, within Africa and outside of Africa. So we have them spread across, right? And so these guys come to us. Okay, I'm this current challenge we're facing, and they bring it to us, right? And so you, as an intern with Amdari, you have the opportunity of now working on this project that they are bringing to us. So you have opportunity to actually now see what it looks like, work on it alongside, right? So Now, real world experience. So it's not just one of those cargo projects that you go pick on. Cargo is amazing, it's nice, it's good, right? But now we're talking about application, real world experience. Now, if I bring a project to you, right, and I'm telling you this is the problem my company is facing, can you actually build a solution for me? That's what we're talking about. So that's what we're talking about, application. And so now you get to work in teams, right? Ola mentioned teams. Yeah, you're going to be divided into teams and work on this project as a team. And then you have times you also work individually also, right? So now you're not alone. That's the amazing part. You're not working alone. You don't work alone. So now you have your team to collaborate, think through, and all of that. And then, yes, like I'd always say, after all of the things you have done together, you need to present what you have done. So now we have team presentation, team evaluations. During our stand-up meetings, we have sessions where we critique your work. Okay, you have done this. Okay, this can be done better. You hear from everyone. So it's not just from one person or two persons. Like everyone is giving you their opinion and view on how to make what you've worked on better, right? And so yes, you have the access of adding that project to your portfolio. Why? Because you worked on it, right? Even though it's under Amdari, you worked on it, so you have we are giving you that go ahead. Please add it to your portfolio. Use it to boost your work experience, and then you get LinkedIn recommendation from Amdari, right? You can add that to your CV that you worked with Amdari. Amdari is based in the United Kingdom and Canada. So whichever one, if you're United Kingdom and they say, okay, oh, we need United Kingdom experience, yes, you can add United Kingdom Amdari there. They are there to give you all of the work experience if you need it. And also, if you're looking for like an experience, like a use case experience during interview, like your mock sessions, yes, and that is here to walk you through. So you see, this is a journey. I call it a journey because we are literally walking you through that journey. You're not alone, trust me, you're never alone. So now another amazing thing about joining this platform is that you have access to the Amdari platform. And so Amdari platform is so amazing, like so nice. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, what the Amdari platform looks like. So now, like I said, you're not learning alone. Like Amdari has made the work easy because here you have access to build your own portfolio on this website. So you can see. So now you have done all of the application length and all of that. So you do not even need to struggle, right? At all. You don't need to struggle. As you are building your project, you are coming here to build your portfolio. Instead of having software developers work on maybe your project, work on the website for you. No, you don't have to do that. You can come here, update your tech stack, your work experience, and all of that. And when you do that, you can only share the portfolio link. That's all you need to do. Share the portfolio link. So another thing you have access to is the job board on Amdari here. You have access to a job board on Amdari. So if you log in, when you join Amdari, you have access to this website. And on this website, you have access to job board. There's even a learn platform that you get to learn, right? If you maybe your skills are rusty and you need to like go over again, there's like a separate learn page for you. So there's like a separate learn page that has been built. I mean, that opened initially, but I don't know why, this is happening at this time, but let's see. Let me try that again. So like I said, you have access to a job board on the website. So when you are done with your, maybe you've learned to some point and you feel like you want to start applying for job roles, you do not need to start scouting or going on in. All of these jobs are pulled in real time into the Amdari job board, right? So another thing, okay, you have access. This is what it looks like. So this is my own portfolio. So I can decide to maybe just share this or post this on my LinkedIn and all of that, right? And then another thing, those are all you have. So now one thing is for you to learn, another thing is for you to have the space to have all of these things you need to keep on going. Now to keep on going, you talk about the website your portfolio website. You talk about job board, right? You talk about a space where you can just quickly sharpen your skills and rusty. So that's another advantage. You have access to all of that on the Amdari website, on the Amdari platform rather. So now I mentioned that I have a special offer for us, right? Yes, there is actually. So we have our next cohort starting off on the 12th of April. 12th of April. That's where we're starting up our next cohort. And yes, let me quickly walk us through. If you're looking to join and secure your spot on the 12th of April, we have the IWD discount, and this discount is going for only 20 persons for each internship program. And so we have our career experience internship program. So we have data analytics, data science, data engineering, and business analysis. And so we have 3 months plan and we have the 6 month plan. Sorry. And for the 3 month plan, we have it, the full amount is $340 currently. But because of the discounted amount, because of the IEWD discount, right, it's going for £180. So currently it's at £340, but it's going for £180, right? That's for the 3 month experience. And then for the 6 months experience, we have the full amount to be £600, and then a discounted amount for 6 months because of the discount that is currently going. You get to save £320, so it's just good for £280. Amazing, right? And then we have other tech stack and professionals here. So if you are an SOC analyst, I think I saw an SRC analyst here. So if you're an SOC analyst or a threat intelligence analyst, ethical hacking and penetration testing, governance, risk and compliance, yes, this program is for you. And yes, this work experience is for you, and you should register for the next cohort on the 12th of April. One thing that makes it really amazing is the fact that you have the opportunity to actually make multiple instrumental payments. And let me walk you through how that works. So let's not forget, one of the things that comes with this whole package is an international work reference letter, right? So for any, mostly in the UK, like when you want to apply for, they would always ask you. So now you come to Amdari and we get to give you. Even in the US, right? They have some recruiters that would ask you, okay, we want a reference letter from your previous job. And so yes, you come to Amdari. Amdari is here to give you that reference letter that you want. So now let me walk us through something very interesting. If you're looking to secure a spot, stay with me so that you would learn how you can do that. So now let's secure our spot. So if you're looking to now start this work experience program, like I would always say, you have learned for a while, you have learned enough, you have learned. You need to actually apply what you've learned so far. Because one thing is to learn, another thing is to be able to apply what you've learned. And so, yeah, you should secure your spots by clicking on this, by going to this website, right? It will be dropped on the channel. Okay, let me still, not on the channel, it will be dropped on the chat box. So let me do that quickly now. If we're looking to also secure our spot, let me drop that now. So you can actually head to main stack now and follow me while I walk you through this process, right? So now you go to, this is the website here. And then the next thing that you're going to go to is secure your internship. So now, like I said, because of the 50% discount that is running on the IWD that's currently running, that's Women Tech Experience Scholarship Program and all of that. So you have at this time, you have the access to pay a discounted price, right? So now we have it running for data analytics, business analysis, data science, data engineering, governance, risk and compliance, and all of this. And these are the pricing. So now this is how you do it. You secure your spots. So this way it takes you to this page, right? Then you secure your spot. So you have access to choose the payment plan. So you can decide to pay. Okay, so before then, you have ability to change whatever your currency is and where you are at this top right. So if it's whichever currency you use, right? So if it's the USD, if it's pounds, whichever one, you have the opportunity to choose your payment plan. And if it's just one time you want to pay, you have it. If you want to pay 3 times, you can do that. 2 times, you can do that. So let's say I want to just make a one-time payment, right? I'll click on secure, right? So another interesting thing is this, that if you're looking to pay 3 times and you secure your spot, you would see how it is splitted, right? The 3 payments. So if you pay today, right, your next payment will be on the 21st of April, a month, like So you are here to really, really support you on this journey. And it's something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about making impact and career transition actually. So really I'm always excited, right? So yeah, so you get to 1 month is amazing because we've given you enough time to still be with us and maybe gather the finances again together, make your next payment, and then to your third payment. So if you're looking to do 6 months, the same way it is being broken for you, and so you just proceed. So when you're done, you make your payment, you pay for products, and you do all of this. Then don't forget, after doing that, you have to go back to the platform and then you click on the payment registration form so that you can tell us that, okay, oh, I have made my payment. Because if you do not come here to fill in this form, I would not know that you have made your payment, right? So let's say my name is Isabella. My name is Martins. I'm Isabella Martins. I love my name. So Isabella Martins, and maybe my email is isabella@andari.io. You put your email, right? And then I'm saying I'm in the United States, right? And whichever one, like I would always say, it's always tailored to career switchers, recent graduates, students. If you're a mom and you've even been in the job space for a while, you're looking to come back, we are here because we have moms, we have tech moms on board. So whichever one, if it's career upscaling, you pick yours and then you put your phone number, right? Don't forget to add your country code if you're in the UK +44, US +1, Nigeria +234. Yeah. Then you click on next. Don't forget to record your. Then you click on next. So now you see, you now pick the tech stack you're interested in. Maybe I'm interested in ethical hacking and penetration testing. And then you can see, you see why it's important to come back here and fill out this form. So now you can now upload the screenshots, right, of your payment. And then you put the name on your payment receipt so that we can know that, okay, this is the name, right? And then, do you agree to terms and conditions? You can decide to go and read it so that you are sure what you are agreeing to. And then you click on yes. And then you have it. So that's very easy, right? Very easy. So that's how you can secure your spot. Yes. So before I wrap up, do we have any question? Do we have any question? I want to take our questions. Do you have question for Ola? Do you have for me? Hi, Ife. It's nice to see that you're still here. Okay, I thought the program is starting on the 5th of April. No, Ife, it's starting on the 12th of April. City Shakers, I hope you are here to really stay end to end to understand what Amdari is, right? Okay, so do you have any questions for Isabella Martins? That's me. Hi, Suli. Do you have any question for me or Ola? Do you have any questions? Hi, T. It's nice to have you here. Do you have any questions for me or Ola? Any questions? Hi, Miriam. I don't think I met Miriam earlier. I didn't. Okay, so if I said you're already registered. Okay, so City Shakers, you don't have any question. Okay, with all that said, I think I'm going to be, catching us sometimes in April. Okay, so please, can we see the recorded video after? Okay, I think I can see this messages popping. Okay, yeah, that's why you need to register. Yeah. So okay, waiting to start the internship in April. Okay, I hope to see City Shakers. Wait, are you coming to like data analytics track? Are you coming to join us? Or I would like to know if you said you're registered. So am I going to be seeing you? So what tech stack are you going to be joining Amdari for? City Shakers, what are you going to be in data engineering or you want to come to data analytics? Okay. Okay, Victory's hand is up. Yeah, Victory, please speak.
Okay, that was a very lovely presentation. Thank you. I just wanted to um kind of summarize most of the things because I was in the chat and I was looking at some of the chats. All right, thank you all for taking our time to join us up until now. It's been a very interesting session and I love watching our interns present. Okay, so if you have any other questions, if you will need the recording of this session, please fill the attendance form. I've been sharing it in the chat, so I just wanted to mention that before we call it a night. So I'm going to drop the attendance form again. If you have any questions for us too, we usually drop clarity form links in the group chat. That's if you're joining us from a group. So you can fill out the link and book a clarity call with us. That way we can answer all your other questions. Okay. So I'm not sure any other person has a question on this call because I've been checking it. And if you guys are still with us, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that people aren't sleeping. I hate people sleeping in sessions, right? So just give me a thumbs up if you're still here with us. Okay. All right. So do we have any extra questions before we call it a night? I'm going to drop the attendance form again. I'm also going to drop the payment link for people that, you still need to sleep on this, right? So I needed to make that sure. Okay. So Isabella, wonderful session, by the way. Thank you. All right.
You. Okay, so with all that said, I'm looking forward to seeing you, City Shakers, Kudus, Marilyn, and yes, CGIF is Friday. So everyone, do have a lovely weekend ahead. I'm looking forward to seeing you during our boarding session in April. So I'm looking out for looking out for City Shakers, Kudus, Marianne, and thank you, Ola, for coming to join us today. Yes, CGIF. Bye, everyone.